Hello and welcome to my YouTube video. Today I'm going to talk about compositional drawing and show you how using these three tools can help you instantly improve your compositions. So the first tool that I'm going to talk about is the golden ratio, or it's also known as the golden section as well. It's basically a way of dividing lines and rectangles into an aesthetically pleasing way. So I'm not going to go into the mathematical principles of it because it's quite complicated, but I'm just going to say that it's a ratio commonly found in nature. You can use the golden ratio to help you construct compositions by putting key elements along its lines. So I've got some paintings here to demonstrate what I'm saying. So for example, the first one that I've got is a painting by Alfred Roll. So I saw this one in the Musée d'Orsay and I thought it was quite a good one to demonstrate it. If I lay the golden section over the top, you'll see how the painting is basically divided into a square and then a smaller rectangle as per the grid lines. So Roll has chosen to place key objects along its lines, such as the hedge as a dividing partition and then the house on the right as well. So I had a go at sketching something myself just to show you how simple it is to use this tool to guide you on where to put your objects. So I did this little sketch in Procreate, and if you're not familiar with how to use it, I do have a short 10-minute video on my channel showing you the basics. So check that out if you can. So it was very easy for me then to subdivide this composition, knowing how the golden section works, by placing my trees in the area where the smaller rectangle is and leaving my larger field in the section where I know the square is. So it really helped me before I started to know where I was going to place everything. So the second tool then that I wanted to show you is the rule of thirds. I'll use a Van Gogh painting to demonstrate how this works. If you divide your composition up into thirds, both horizontally and vertically, and place key elements along those lines, you'll find that the end result will be more pleasing to the eye. So in this painting then, you can see that Van Gogh split his composition with the building at the bottom and then used the trees to subdivide the painting vertically. The far left column basically balances the far right column with one tree in the middle section. So using this as a tool then, I thought I'd have a go at doing a quick sketch to show you how easy it is. So I'm having a go at drawing this field with a few additional objects like trees and houses and bushes and stuff like that really. And I'm using the lines to help tell me where to place things, and also as well, if I've drawn it without looking at the lines, it helps me then move items around so that I know I need to place something a little bit more left or a little bit more right. And the end result gives me something that is much more pleasing to the eye than if I hadn't have used this as a grid to start out with. So the last one then, and my favourite, is the Harmonic Armature. So again, the same principle applies. You can use the grid lines to help you place your objects and achieve balance in your work. I'm using this painting as an example. And these grid lines, they are a little bit more complicated than the golden section and the rule of thirds. So I would suggest starting with the other two first and then building up to using this one because it can be quite confusing. So breaking down this painting then, you'll see how the branch of the tree, which is above the train line, is repeated in the base of the statue. The trunk of the tree is also repeated in the vertical of the statue. The negative space on the left-hand side is repeated with the placement of the person. So this grid has basically helped tell the artist where to place their objects to achieve the maximum symmetry without it actually being obvious at first glance when you look at the painting. Again, I thought I'd have a little sketch and use the Harmonic Armature to create something a bit more complicated. So I settled on the pigeons in the park and filmed them flapping about. So I've used this film to help me capture their shapes, and I'm now laying it into a composition using these grid lines to help me. I'm sort of happy then with what I've sketched out. So I think now I'm going to try and bring it to life with the help of Procreate again and add a little bit of colour so you can see it so it's a little bit less abstract. So that's ready then really to be turned into a painting, and I'm quite happy with that because I think it'll make something quite dramatic. I thought I'd also show you as well with this composition that it actually fits into the rule of thirds. So what you can actually do is you can use multiple grids to help you on just one painting. You don't have to limit yourself to only the harmonic armature or maybe the golden section. You can use as many or as few as you want to in a single composition. So I would suggest then that you experiment and see what you can come up with. I hope you have enjoyed today's YouTube video. I do try and post every week, so please subscribe to my channel if you can. Also check out my website sarahhallidayart.com for details of classes and online lessons that I also run. So thank you for watching and see you for the next one.